Welcome to Who's Point. The case I want to talk to everybody about today is the court proceedings in Washington, D.C. concerning the invasion of Capitol Hill by the supporters of the former President Trump, where we saw all around the world newscasts of hundreds of people rushing into Capitol Hill, putting the safety of the congressmen there at risk, damaging Capitol property, stealing Capitol property, violence against the security and other people there. There was one rioter who was shot. There's a huge affront on the U.S. democratic institution, Capitol Hill. And the justice mechanism has come into play. These people have been arrested. They are being prosecuted. And the first case that has come before the federal court concerns this defendant called Hodgkins, and he was charged with one count of entering the Capitol to obstruct Congress. And he was recorded by newscast media of his time in going into Congress, in occupying Congress, in holding on to a flag in support of Trump. And his intention was to disrupt Congress. His intention was to stop the endorsement of President-elect Biden. His intention was to reflect his political belief that the election was stolen from Trump and that Trump ought to be president. But he had, according to the prosecution, that he did not personally engage in any violence. He did not destroy or steal any property. All he did was to enter into Congress and disrupt the proceedings of Congress. He was given 8 months immediate imprisonment. The prosecution had asked for 18 months. He is classified by the news media as a participant of the Capitol riots. Now that case demonstrates, especially in Western countries who practices the common law system, that the rule of law is the basic foundation of any society, whether it's a Western democracy, whether it's a socialist state with Chinese characteristics, whether it is like Hong Kong, one country, two systems, with our own common law courts, that the law does not share any political color. The law is equal for all who live within its jurisdiction in a society. You cannot take the law into your own hands, however just or righteous you think your cause is. It matters not whether you're on the right side or the wrong side. You cannot take the law into your hands, break the law, and be a threat to peaceful society. That is the basic foundation of a free society, not a particular Western liberal style democracy. It has to be that. No. A free society is one guaranteed by the rule of law and by an independent judiciary. This sentence that's been seen all around the world does not attract criticism by other countries. For a start, no country should really criticize another country's judicial proceedings and its sentence. You must respect the independence of the courts of that country and its integrity. You don't say just because it is not a Western democracy like us, so the courts are used as a weapon. Look at the facts of the case. We live in an internet age where news are reported immediately as it happens. We all saw what happened on Capitol Hill. We all know what violence, what destruction that occurred, and those who did not take part in violence, but nonetheless will you call it a rioter, or is he a peaceful protester? Whichever one he was, he broke the law, and there's a consequence. And the consequence in that case was 8 months imprisonment. Likewise, let's look at the trashing of the Legislative Council in Hong Kong on the 1st of July 2019, 2 years ago, nearly. Right? We saw the scene also be broadcasted around the world. But the narrative was very different from the Western press. And unlike the horror and shock expressed by the media in terms of the invasion of Capitol Hill, the trashing of the legislative chamber in Hong Kong was seen by the Western press as a great crusade, as a great democracy fight by youngsters who are brave, who wants to fight oppression. Really? Our Legislative Council, the way it was trashed? Compare that with what happened in Capitol Hill in America. What happened in the Hong Kong LegCo? Completely trashed it. Right? And the case are now still ongoing. And therefore, for rules of sub judice, I will not say very much. But I want to mention one thing, that there should be no double standards when it comes to the judicial application of the laws of each country and each territory to behavior which are patently not just antisocial, but against property, against people's personal safety, against their persons' personal safety, all classic criminal offenses. Which are the classic criminal offenses in the common law? Number one, offenses against the state. That's called capital offenses. Number two, offenses against a person, murder, grievous bodily harm, assault. Three, offenses against property, destruction, criminal damage, theft, fraud. And the fourth category is offenses against public order. It's the same all over the common law world. The main categories of criminal behavior that cannot be tolerated under any political umbrella, under any political color, because these are the basic guarantee for a free society, that everybody must live under a code of law that will criminalize behavior that will not only destroy individual freedom, but destroy individual lives and property. Thank you.